Hello, everybody, and welcome to Youth Connect Friday, November the 5th. I'm Aiden.
I'm Kevin.
I'm Joshua.
I'm Nabras.
I'm Jeffrey.
And welcome to our Youth Connect. I am so happy to see you guys again, and welcome to Youth Connect. I hope that you're excited if you're new to the show or if you're a reoccurring watcher. We are first starting off with our video game of the week, which is part of our video game news. Now, today's video game of the week is much more different compared to everyone else's because this game is actually inspired by a recent trending thing that everyone has been raving about, apparently. Even myself. I mean, obviously not to this degree, but today's game of the week is called Crab Game. Now, this game is entirely not related to crabs, unless you are interested in King of the Crabs, which I'll be discussing next week. But this week is Crab Games. So this game is, I don't know, but it kind of reminds me of the Netflix show Squid Games. But in this game, this multiplayer battle royale game is where players can compete in a series of events based on childhood games. Sounds familiar. One by one, they are eliminated until the last surviving player is crowned the winner. It is actually created by Norwegian developer Danny, who earlier this year also found similar Steam-based popularity with his survival roguelike game Muck. But for this game, this crab game, the gameplay is basically like Death Run in Gary's mod if it had a Spirit Halloween Squid Game skin on. There are games lifted straight from the Netflix series, including Red Light, Green Light, and Glass Stepping Stones, although perhaps with a twist, like playing on icy terrain where friction joins aggressive players to be your downfall. There's also a really interesting Splatoon type game, which approximately is called, or appropriately called, Splat, where players must cover up tiles with their team's color. There's over 26 maps and over 12 different types of game types to try out. This game is actually quite popular on Twitch, where most people that are on Twitch are playing it because obviously they're following the trend. I myself am actually going to be playing with a group of my friends later today. This game is entirely free, and I mean free on Steam. It has, the only thing that I do watch out, guys, is that it has voice proximity, voice chat. So do watch out. If you're a gamer and you know games have voice chat, it kind of gets a bit toxic. So you know what? Make sure when you're in the settings, disable the voice setting, or else you might be in a pickle. Anyways, this has been your video game of the week. And next up, we have Kevin with local Canadian news and weather.
Hello, everybody. Good afternoon. Thank you for tuning in into Youth Connect. Today is November 5th, and the time is now 3:34. I'm your host, Kevin Aruja. But first, let's take you to the headlines. Ontario reports 563 new COVID-19 cases and 5 new deaths. Ontario won't mandate COVID-19 vaccine for hospital workers. Trudeau confident flags can be raised by Remembrance Day. October home sales down 7% and new listings fell by 34% from last year. And the Pittsburgh Penguins' Sidney Crosby has tested positive for COVID-19. Ontario reported 563 new COVID-19 cases and 5 additional deaths on Friday, with all leading indicators of transmission now pointing slightly at the wrong direction. The 7-day rolling average of new cases now stands at 390, up from 383 yesterday and 355 1 week ago. The COVID-19 Science Advisory Table now calculates Ontario's effective reproductive rate is back up over 1 at 1.9 on Monday, meaning every 100 new cases will go on to generate 109 secondary infections. The Ministry of Health says 259 of Friday's cases involved unvaccinated people, 15 involved people with one shot, 249 involve fully vaccinated individuals and 40 involve people with unknown vaccination status. Above 23% of Ontario's residents are vaccinated by choice or ineligible due to age. Across the GTA, York Region, and also reported 44 new cases. The Ministry of Health says there are 129 people in hospital ICU due to COVID-19. 81 patients are breathing with the help of a ventilator. Here are 225 people in hospital due to COVID-19 overall. Across the GTA York region reported 52 new cases, Toronto reported 44 new cases, and Peel region also reports 44 new cases. Premier Doug Ford has announced he will not mandate COVID-19 vaccine for hospital workers, saying he's not prepared to jeopardize the delivery of care to millions of Ontarians. In a statement on Wednesday, Ford said mandatory vaccine for hospital workers is a complex issue that could result in the potential departure of tens of thousands of healthcare workers. Ford said the government will keep monitoring the situation but has decided for now to maintain a flexible approach by leaving human resources decision up to individual hospitals. He said the small number of COVID-19 outbreaks in Ontario's hospitals is not worth enforcing a provincial vaccine policy. Six of Ontario's 141 hospitals are currently experiencing a COVID-19 outbreak, Ford said. His statement also pointed to news of surgery cancellations in British Columbia due to staff shortage after his vaccine mandate took effect. Members of the science table said that the likelihood of unvaccinated workers contracting COVID-19 and being forced to miss significant time could have a bigger impact on human resources, giving a research suggestion that only a small number of workers will actually leave the workforce to avoid vaccination. The Prime Minister Justin Trudeau said his government is in discussions with Indigenous leaders across the country and is confident that flag on government buildings can be raised in time to be lowered for Remembrance Day. Speaking in Glasgow, where he was attending the UN Climate Change Conference of the Parties, COP26, Trudeau said his government is working very closely with Indigenous communities and leaders as November 11 approaches. The flag on all federal buildings were lowered on May 30th following the discovery of hundreds of unmarked graves at the site of a former Kamloops Indian residential schools in British Columbia. In September, Trudeau said he plans to keep the flags at half-mast in honor of the residential school leaders who never came home until Indigenous communities and their leaders decide it's appropriate to raise them again. The Royal Canadian Legion said it has recommended to its branches that they begin the Remembrance Day ceremonies with the flags fully hosted. Prospective homebuyers in the Greater Toronto Area found dramatically fewer homes on the market last month than did the year ago, pushing sales down and price up. The Toronto Regional Real Estate Board says Wednesday that 9,783 homes in the region changed hands last month, down nearly 7% from a record 10,503 in October 2020. Despite the fall, the results were still the second highest level for the month of October, even as the number of new listings fell by about a third compared with a year ago. TRREB interpreted the numbers as a sign of tightening conditions in a market that is already among Canada's most expensive and prone to some of the country's most fierce bidding wars. The board said every housing type was impacted by the heated conditions, which included fewer people putting their homes up for sale than last year, when a pandemic buying frenzy was on the horizon. TRREB's data shows new listings decreasing to 11,740 in October, a more than 34% drop from 17,806 during the same month last year. That amounted to year-over-year price growth of almost 28% of detached housing, 24% of semi-detached properties, 28% for townhouses, and 13% for condos. And the final story at sports, Pittsburgh Penguins star center Sidney Crosby and defenseman Brian Dumoulin have entered the NHL's COVID-19 protocol after testing positive for the virus. The team announced Wednesday Crosby is experiencing mild symptoms, while Dumoulin appears asymptomatic. According to the team, Crosby's positive COVID-19 test comes less than a week after his season debunked after missing the team's first 7 games recovering from surgery on his left wrist. Despite the overwhelming majority of players being vaccinated, the Penguins roasted as struggled with the coronavirus this season. Crosby and Dumoulin are the seventh and eighth players on the team to enter the league's COVID-19 protocol since training camp in September. Defensemen Marcus Peterson and Chad Ruhwedel went into the protocol on Monday toward Jeff Carter, Jack Guentzel, and Zach Ashton Reese, as well as defenseman Chris Letang, also previously tested positive for the coronavirus. In this lone showing this season, the 34-year-old Crosby had no points on 2 shots on goal in the 34-2 loss against the New York News Jersey's Devil last Saturday. Let's get into the weather. In weather forecast, we've got sunny this afternoon. The temperature is now 10 degrees centigrade. And on tomorrow afternoon, we are getting a mix of sun and clouds. The temperature will be 10 degrees centigrade. That's all the report on weather. Have a good weekend, folks. And now back to Aiden's video gaming news.
Thank you so much, Kevin. I must say that I am, it's quite sad to hear that Sidney Crosby has COVID-19, but I really do hope that he and his, well, I hope that he himself recovers and is able to return to the game fairly soon. For our second gaming news, I have some very good and very bad news. But I'm going to first start with the good news. A new Animal Crossing New Horizons update is coming out today, alongside new premium DLC, Happy Home Paradise. But the bad news, it's Nintendo's last free major update for Animal Crossing New Horizons, and Happy Home Paradise is the only DLC Nintendo plans to release for its game. Nintendo originally said during its Animal Crossing Direct in October that fans could expect that these to be the game's last big content updates. But the company also clarified for press in the days after the event that New Horizons won't be getting any more major updates, paid or free, after November 5th. They said that the free update launches on November 5th and will be the last major free content update, and that we hope that players will continue enjoying their island life in real time and throughout the changing seasons. Now, Animal Crossing New Horizons Happy Home Paradise, if you guys want to know, introduces a brand new gameplay experience in which the player joins the Paradise Planning Team and helps make their client's dream resort home become a reality. It's a major update in Animal Crossing New Horizons and offers a distinguishing and unique gameplay experience. Therefore, it made sense to include it as the first and only paid DLC for Animal Crossing New Horizons. The Happy Home Paradise update and the free 2.0 content will surely keep players interested for a good while, but after this, it's likely they'll just get the smaller seasonal refreshes seen throughout the year. This has been your second gaming news. And next up, we have Joshua with world news and, of course, your very favorite animal news.
Good afternoon. Welcome to Youth Connect. Here's what's happening around the world. UK authorizes Merck antiviral pill to treat COVID. The United Kingdom granted conditional authorization on Thursday to Merck for an antiviral pill called molnupiravir, which is shown to successfully treat COVID-19. Britain is the first country to authorize this drug treatment from the drug company Merck. Patients with mild to moderate COVID-19 would take 4 pills of the drug twice a day for 5 days. An antiviral pill can reduce symptoms, speeds up recovery, and ease up caseloads on hospitals. The drug was initially studied as a potential flu therapy by Emory University with funding from the US government. Last year, researchers at the university decided to repurpose the drug as a potential COVID-19 treatment and licensed the drug to Ridgeback Biotherapeutics, a small Miami-based company. After 2 months, Ridgeback sold the worldwide rights to Merck for undisclosed amount. The U.S. has agreed to pay roughly $700 for the 5-day treatment course of the drug. A review by Harvard University and King's College London estimated the drug cost about $18 to produce a 5-day treatment course. Merck previously announced licensing deals with several Indian makers of generic drugs to manufacture lower cost versions of the drug for developing countries. The US can learn from the UK about wind power. As President Joe Biden's administration puts its full support behind wind power with the development of large-scale wind farms along the entire United States coastlines, the US administration can look at how the windiest nation in Europe is transforming its energy grid, for an example of how to proceed. In 2020, Britain has generated up to 24% of its electricity from its 2,000 plus wind power turbines, that it is enough to supply 18.5 million homes. Experts say and industry leaders say the UK offers valuable lessons on creating a viable market for wind power at the ambitious scale the Biden administration hopes to meet in order to confront climate change and help transition the U.S. economy to renewable energy. On October 13th, the White House announced plans to lease federal waters off the East Coast, West Coast, and Gulf of Mexico to develop commercial wind farms. The White House says its goal of 30,000 megawatts of offshore wind power by 2030 would generate enough electricity to power more than 10 million homes, in the process to create 77,000 jobs. Technically, technology technology is not without its drawbacks, namely no energy is produced when the wind doesn't blow. In addition, there is the environmental impact on the ecosystems, birds, and marine wildlife. For our fun fact of the day, a potato named Doug may be the largest ever discovered. In New Zealand, Colin and Donna Craig Brown were weeding their garden when they accidentally struck something huge just beneath the soil surface. After digging around the object and eventually prying it out, they could not believe what they found: a very huge potato. Donna describes its appearance as more of an ugly, mutant look, but it's quite likely the largest potato on record. When the couple lugged it in their garage and put it on their old set of scales, it weighed in at a remarkable 17.4 pounds. That's equal to a couple of sacks of regular potatoes, or one small dog. In the weeks since their unusual find on August 30, the couple's potato has become something of a celebrity around their small farm. They've named the potato Doug after the way it was unearthed, and Colin even built a small cart to tow Doug around. The current Guinness World Record entry for the heaviest potato is a 2011 monster from Britain that weighed in at just under 11 pounds. Turning to animal interest news, Animal Sanctuary helps build blind horses looking for happier lives. Animal lovers will find a unique farm animal rescue called Catskill Animal Sanctuary in Saugerty, New York. It is dedicated to taking in cows, goats, sheep, pigs, and other species at most of the world consider food who have never known a moment of joy. The sanctuary, founded by Kathy Stevens, provides these animals with warm beds, shelter, and the space to develop a trusting relationship with humans and other animals, providing them with a relaxing forever home. The Catskill Animal Sanctuary residents are special, but one horse has inspired an important tradition at the rescue. In 2001, shortly after Catskill Animal Sanctuary opened, Stevens took in a blind horse named Buddy to save animal from euthanasia, which is the practice of intentionally ending the life to relieve pain and suffering. Luckily, Stevens had the patience and heart to work with Buddy and offer him a life that wasn't limited by his vision loss. To offer Buddy the ability to run safely, Stevens trained Buddy to move comfortably through space by teaching him different verbal clues. Stevens has helped rescue 7 more blind horses. 3 of them have named Buddy, and has helped all of them rediscover the things they love most in life. Stevens is hopeful that all of the buddies have taught animal lovers about the personality, strength, joy, and found in every animal, especially those who are often seen as food or farm property. To learn more about the Catskill Animal Sanctuary and support their work, visit their website at casanctuary.org. This is Joshua Show reporting for UConnect. That's it for me. Now I'll send it back to you, Aiden.
That was the biggest potato I have ever seen. And I must say, it kind of looked like a turkey, which was really weird. But I really like the name Doug. It kind of suits a potato. And I hope that it can go for a world record, because I feel like that might be the biggest potato. For our last board game of the week, actually was recommended by a friend of mine online. And their suggestion that was given to me is Stardew Valley, the video game. Or the board game that's turned into a video game. In March of 2020, the creators of Stardew Valley learned about a pair of students in the Netherlands who had made their own board game based on Stardew Valley. And now fans of the tranquil farming simulator can get their hands on a fully official version. Creator Eric Barone announced that after more than 2 years of work, Stardew Valley, the board game, is a thing that actually exists and is available for purchase. Now, this game is designed for 1 to 4 players and requires about 45 minutes per player to get through a full year. And I don't know much about Stardew Valley, guys, but hear me out. Although this can be adjusted if you like to roll it up a little more quickly, the goal for players is to work together to protect the valley and ultimately chase the Goja Corporation, by the way, who are the bad guys, from town by completing goals and restoring the local community center. The specific goals are randomized from game to game, and rules can be tweaked to make it tougher or easier to get things done. But here's where it gets a bit more interesting. The game even adds time, weather, and events that are managed through a deck of cards. And players will advance their starting tool, gain new skills, find items, and gather resources as the game progresses. I must say, a game having weather mechanics is cool, but a board game having weather mechanics, this sounds like a dungeon RPG game rather than just like a simple board game. It's cool. It reminds me of like Minecraft, but as a board game. Now, I didn't play Stardew Valley, but I know some people that are in the audience have probably played Stardew Valley. It's a big game. My friends said online that it is a really good board game. They have it and they play it actually, they said every 2 weeks. That's a lot of times they're playing the game. I wonder if they're tired of playing it. But this has been your last video game news. And next up, we have Nebraska. Nebraska has with us some movie and podcast news, including some facts.
Hello, everybody. How are you guys today? My name is Nebraska, and I'm your host for the entertainment news. Let's get straight into our top story. And today's top story is Spider-Man No Way Home. Spider-Man's No Way Home's runtime is now going to be even longer than expected. In the last reports, the film was supposed to be 150 minutes long. I repeat, 150 minutes long. And that now has become 160 minutes according to Ingress. Now that not sound like a ton, but I'm talking more than 2 hours. 2 hours 40 or 45 minutes to be precise. That's a lot. That's long. It's no secret that No Way Home is packed to the brim with the multiversal setup. As things have spiraled out of from Spider-Man Far From Home, the world knows about Peter Parker's secret identity. So he's asked Doctor Strange to help make it right. Fans are speculating that handling that situation might require help from some past Spider-Man and a host of multiversal villains. Excitement has just kept multiplying into infinity as the movie inches closer and closer. audiences still don't know what to think or about all of this business as rumors swirl about what could be lurking in that lengthy runtime. It could seem as though Marvel is truly swinging for the fences with this entry in Spider-Man's history. That means that they're going to take all the time they need. Marvel Studios head Kevin Feige has been adamant about keeping those expectations in check. He talked to Empire magazine about what's to come. Rumors are fun because many of them are true and many of them are not. He began, the danger is when you get into the expectations of game wanting people to be excited about the movie they get and not disappointed about a movie they don't get. Spider-Man star Tom Holland also cast some uncertainty about his future after No Way Home in the same interview. One more day's work on No Way Home, which will be a bittersweet day. Holland revealed, "I honestly don't know." He added when he was asked to elaborate on the bittersweet comment. It's the first time since I got cast as Spider-Man that I don't have a contract. And it's really just difficult for me to talk about because there's so many things I would love to talk about that will help me embellish what I'm trying to explain, but I can't because it would just ruin the movie. So if you guys haven't heard that Marvel took Spider-Man from the contract. So when Spider-Man from No Way Home releases, he'll not be in contract. So who knows what happened next? But I'm really really excited for No Way Home because as you know, 2 hour 40 minutes, and I'm pretty sure it's gonna be 3 hours because it's getting longer and longer. So if you don't know, usually movies are maximum 2 hours, 1 hour, between 1 hour 30 minutes to 2 hours, and sometimes they're longer than not that long. But if you talk about, and this is a fact, if you talk about Bollywood movies, they go more than 2 hour 50 minutes to 3 hours. But now this is going Spider-Man No Way Home is going to be long, and I'm really excited for this movie. So let's go to the our second story. So before I go to my second story, I would like to give you guys a fact of the day. And today's fact of the day is drumroll. Did you know baby blue whales, right? Baby blue whales grow 200 pounds per day. And that's true. Baby blue whales grow 200 pounds per day for the first year they are alive. They can move at a brisk pace of 5 miles per hour when fully grown, but can get to 20 miles per hour if they need to. But if they don't need to, they're just gonna 5 miles per hour. But can you imagine? Isn't that amazing? Growing 200 pounds per day. That's just amazing. So my second story is, in December of 2020, the Walt Disney Company held its official Investor Day, which brought with it a number of exciting and unexpected announcements about the galaxy far, far away. With Star Wars fans now primed for what next week's Disney Plus Day will unveil, while some fans might be hoping to learn about the franchise's future on the big screen, they shouldn't hold their breath. Given that the presentation will focus on the streaming platform, the folks at Star Wars News Net are taking it on a good authority that there will still be a lot of to look forward to. When Disney Plus Day kicks off on Friday, November 12th, so it's next week from now, Star Wars: The Book of Boba Fett unleashed its first teaser just earlier this week, giving us the first official look at the footage from the upcoming spin-off series, making it another trailer debut seem highly unlikely. However, that while their sources haven't confirmed a trailer, fans can expect that to see a behind-the-scenes sizzle reel for the series, offering glimpses of how the project came together. So, and their bad batches, we have already seen in the past, they give us just behind the scenes. They just don't give us the proper trailer. Star Wars sometimes does this. I have no idea, but they do this. They have been doing this for quite some time. They just give us behind the scenes, so what came together, what happened, how did this project happen. But now, so after years of fans clamoring for more of Ian McGregor's Obi-Wan Kenobi, the Jedi Master is finally returning to Star Wars. So now I'm now giving you a different kind of story, and this will be showcased on the Investigate Day. So Obi-Wan Kenobi. So a sizzle reel for that series was displayed at last year's Investor Day. If you guys don't remember, it was you can call you can't call it a trailer, but you can call it a sizzle reel that was displayed last year. And with that, Star Wars Newsnet are nodding that fans can expect an actual teaser trailer for the new project. So Obi-Wan Kenobi doesn't yet have a release date, but given the time frame of when the series wrapped and other offerings Disney Plus has over the horizon, the new series will likely drop in the first half of 2022. With the arrival of actual footage from the series, from the series show to excite fans in this regard, we surely can rule out a release date being released. As per now, and the fans are predicting it's gonna be in 2022, in the first quarter and earlier, or it could be late. But I don't know the release date, so nobody knows the release date. So let's get to our third and final story. And my third and final story is it's also about Marvel. Can you guys see? Today I have two Marvel stories. So, a new era of Marvel is upon us, kicking off Phase 4. Eternals, like everyone has heard, today was the release date. Eternals is taking Marvel in a new, compelling direction. An ambitious story about the cosmos and the universe that introduces a staggering 10 new superheroes. This film is truly unlike anything Marvel has done before. The most impressive aspect of this movie is that the diversity both in front and behind the camera. Eternals is directed by Oscar winner Chloe Zhao, an Asian American woman whose film Nomadland won both Best Picture and Best Director at last year's Academy Award. For Eternals, she has put together an incredible cast of actors from all over the world, consisting of Gemma Chan, Salma Hayek, Richard Madden, Don Lee, Angela Jolie, and many more. You can't do History of Humanity without the heroes looking like a cross section of humanity. Kevin Feige, Miles' president, said at a press conference for the film, superheroes in movies have typically been white, male, and athletic. Feige and Zahu hope to challenge that and narrative with Eternals. The cast of Eternals are an inspiration. The group of super talented individuals have been given an opportunity to change the way we depict heroes and comic book characters on screen and give a new generation of hope that they can be anything they want. Eternals offers a lot of first. It's the first time that we have met a superhero who's deaf, played by Lauren Ridloff. It's the first time a group of heroes have ranged from Asian, Black, Pakistani, and Latin all at once. This film has a huge scope, and yet the most exciting thing about it sets a new precedent of diversity in this film. So I'm very excited about Eternals. I haven't seen it. It just released today. So if you have seen it or if you're going to see it, just comment down below. I'm very excited. I am going to see it now. Like I have told you a lot of times, my technique or strategy is I go when the movie releases. I go 2 or 3 weeks later, so there's not a lot of traffic. So I like that, and yeah, and that's all for me. As always, this is Nebraska from Youth Connect. I'll see you all next week. Thank you. Take care. Back to Eden.
Thank you so much, Nebraska. I must say that I really did enjoy the Eternals. I saw it just yesterday. Obviously, no spoilers, but I did really enjoy the diverse cast, and I really do appreciate that they're expanding their choices with actors. Obviously, for our last person, our cherry on top of our Youth Connect, we need to have Jeffrey with live music.
Hi everybody, how's it going? I just want to say this song goes out to the Lord, our sweet Lord. No wait, your sweet Lord, My Sweet Lord by George Harrison. My sweet Lord, my Lord, my sweet Lord. I really wanna see you, I really wanna be with you, I really wanna see you, Lord, but it takes so long, my sweet Lord, my sweet Lord. I really wanna show you, I really wanna go with you, I really wanna show you love, but it takes so long, my Lord. Hallelujah, my Lord. Hallelujah, my sweet Lord. Hallelujah. I wanna know you, I really wanna go with you, I really wanna show you love, but it takes so long. Hallelujah, my sweet Lord. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. I really wanna see you, I really wanna see you, Lord. I really wanna see you, Lord. I really wanna see you, Lord, but it takes so long, my Lord. Hallelujah, my sweet Lord. Hallelujah, my Lord. Hallelujah. Really wanna know you, I really wanna go with you, I really wanna show you love, but it takes so long, my Lord. Hallelujah, hallelujah, my sweet Lord. Oh, my Lord. My sweet Lord, oh my Lord, my sweet Lord, really wanna go you, I really wanna go with you, I really wanna show you Lord, but it takes so long, my Lord. Hallelujah, hallelujah. Ela Krishna, Bhuranave, Krishna Krishna, Hallelujah. sweet Lord. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. My sweet Lord. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Krishna, Krishna. Oh, my sweet Lord, my dear Lord, my sweet Lord. Thank you, everyone. Thanks for listening, as always, and it's back to you, Aiden.
Thank you so much, Jeffrey. Absolutely fantastic. Great song. Miss Judith was dancing in the background. Oh, absolutely amazing. Thank you so much, guys. And I hope that our watchers or our listeners, I hope that you guys really enjoyed our Youth Connect for November the 5th. I hope that you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe.
And don't forget to click the notification bell so you don't get to miss on every single content.
Of course. Other than that, guys, I hope you have a great rest of your week, or actually get ready for the weekend. And we will see you all next time. So thank you so much, guys. And of course, thank you, Kevin. Thank you, Joshua. Thank you, Nebraska. And of course, thank you, Jeffrey. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye. See you.
Bye.